I've always been a shut-in home type of person ever since I was a little boo-boo baby. Hence why I've dedicated most of my childhood to playing video games. I would always take my PlayStation 1 over any form of social interaction I could have had at the time. And over the period of that time, I've managed to go through some quality titles that I cannot get access to anymore, like The Heart of Darkness or the old Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, even the Silent Hill. All of those titles kept me invested and interested until the very end, which I cannot say the same for the titles I've played after my PlayStation 1 broke down. As we fast forward through the years, I've owned many different consoles with huge titles that couldn't spark any interest in me, like the God of War on the PS2, or Halo for the Xbox. Of course they were good games, but I just couldn't get the same feel that I felt while playing these games. I've essentially locked myself into a cycle where I convinced myself that the games I played were fun, despite me not feeling anything and lifelessly clicking away at the buttons on my joystick. Until the day I finally played the game that changed what it meant for a game to be fun. Yakuza 0 is one of the 9 games in the franchise created by Sega, and I can't even begin to describe how much I fell in love with this game within the first 30 minutes of me playing it. The game gives off a deceptive impression of being very dark and gloomy as it presents the main protagonist, Kiryu, beating up an innocent man in a dark alley as he takes his money. We also learn that he is affiliated with the Japanese mafia, doing dirty work for loan sharks just to get by every day. Soon after, the game takes a big twist as Kiryu is suddenly framed for murder of the man he beat up in an alley. As you can see, shit's pretty deep.
本物のダンスを見せてください。
What the fuck? The game gives you full freedom of doing whatever you wish at any given moment. It's not like one of those games where you have to do a boring trailing mission for 15 hours. No. You can go to a bowling alley, you can run your own real estate agency, you can pick up girls at a telephone club, bet in catfights, watch softcore porn, and do karaoke! And don't even get me started on combat, baby! The two characters are accompanied with 3 fighting types each. You got Kiryu's Brawler, Rush, and Beast, and Majima's Thug, Breaker, and Slugger. Both of them have unique combos that come with their fighting styles and soundtracks. And speaking of soundtracks, did I mention the game has 88 soundtracks? Yakuza 0 is riddled with sub-stories that will completely knock you away from your main goal and drag you into this goofy and nonsensical world of characters that really need your help, like the sub-story where you have to pretend to be someone's boyfriend, or a sub-story where you have to teach a girl to be a BDSM star, or a sub-story where you gotta pretend to be a film producer, or a sub-story where you have to help Michael Jackson with filming a music video, or a sub-story where you do dance battles, or a sub-story where you infiltrate a cult, or a sub-story where you stop a panty ring, or a sub-story where you help an insecure cop, or a sub-story where you have to deliver pizza very slowly, or a sub-story where you take out human trafficking ring, or a sub-story where you have to spy on your coworker, or a sub-story where you have to write a postcard about one of your missions to win 1,000,000 yen, or a sub-story where you help a dad get back with his family, or a sub-story where you take out big buff guys for huge amounts of cash, or a sub-story where you have to get toys for a child using a crane machine. As you can tell, there are a lot of side quests, and I haven't even completed all of them. Though you may think this is overwhelming and boring to look for, side missions are randomly encountered on different parts of the town while you're exploring, so you don't have to look for them, they look for you. But wait, I just got off track. Let's get back to the point. This compelling tale revolves around 2 characters, Kazuma Kiryu and Majima Goro. Kiryu is a humble individual who always keeps his head down. He's calm, collected, and physically strong, but lacks any social skills. Majima, on the other hand, is more outgoing, a talkative charmer who hides his true nature behind witty jokes and remarks, a one-eyed assassin who has never killed anyone in his life. The chapters throughout the game switch around the 2 characters to balance out the plot twists and cliffhangers that keep you begging for more. This perfect combination eventually leads us to a breaking climax where the 2 characters finally realize their true purpose and release themselves from the mental shackles they put themselves in. But like any other game, Yakuza has its own flaws too. The fighting styles for Kiryu lack lots of strength, Brawler being the only viable one out of the 3. Enemies can sometimes spot you from 15 miles away and chase you down and force you into a fight until you learn how to toss money around, and the game lacks proper boss battles. Through Kiryu's storyline, the only quote-unquote boss you fight is Kuze, and you have to fight him 5 fucking times. Like, seriously? But despite its annoying flaws, Yakuza managed to keep me interested with its rich and lovable characters, an endearing tale of 2 protagonists that will stay in my heart for years to come, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the future games. バカみたい子供なのね。夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手にくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた。 I love you もろくに言わない。口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたの。ダメだね、ダメよ、ダメなのよ。あんたが好きで好きでどれだけ強いよ叫んでも歪まない思い出がバカみたい